Now, did you see me or did you see me?
I
Because
see. I saw you.
because there's a difference between I saw him
I
and
saw you.
CC.
Oh, CC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
did you
did.
see? Did you
I
see
did
me?
see you. Yeah, like I saw you, and
Mm,
I said like, wow, at least there's somebody like my age,
mm,
Mumeroko, you
mm.
know? Yeah. Hi family, welcome to Real Life Stories with Boitumelo Mankuroane. For those who do not know me, I am your host Boitumelo Mankuroane. And if it is your first time here, please make sure that you hit on the subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that whenever we upload, you get a notification. And if you are here and you have been here, you have not yet subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe. And for all the returning subbies, thank you so much. This platform was never going to be the same if you were not part of us. Thank you so much. Today it is a special day for me. Today is a special day. We are going to be sharing our journey, our love journey, our marriage journey, and I'm with my husband today. He joined us as a special guest to us and myself. His name is Victor Mankuroane, and yeah, we are going to start. I think because we have questions that people asked us, people would love to hear them. People would want to know us. They've sent certain questions. But before we go straight to the questions, I think we have to share how we met, you know? Yeah, how we met. I think we met in 2020,
2012.
2012.
Yeah, it was in 2012 at work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I recall well, there was a certain sister who used to work there on the project that we were working at. She was an administrator, if I recall well. Then I think it's one of the first people that I actually knew when I got to Joburg, because at that time I just moved from Mpumalanga to Joburg because of work. So it was when I think when we met, I was only a month in Joburg. So because she was the one who was dealing with paperwork, administration work of the project, so and also at the same age group that I am, so she was one of the people that I actually knew first. So I remember she used to tell me that no, there were people that used to work here, so we are actually planning on bringing them back. So this office will be busy. Don't worry, it's not gonna be only me and you and the managers and all that. So one day I went out because my routine was I would come to work, take the car, go out to go and maybe buy breakfast, then come back. Kiri, you were not yet in the pictures. I was single, so I was not cooking. So I would go buy breakfast, then come back. And then when I got back, then she called me, but she was whispering. So to my surprise, I went there.
Yeah.
So I went there. When I got to the office, he told me that no, there's a lady who is in the printer room there. Just go as if you're going to fetch my print out. Then you will just see her, then just look at it, then come back to me and tell me what you think. I didn't like it. So I ran into the printer room because it was a little bit, it was in the next container from our offices. So we were using Park Homes container. So the printer room was in another container. So I went there. When I got there, then I saw you. I think you were on the printer machine. Then I greeted, if you remember. Then yeah, I left. Then I went back to give feedback, but I'm not going to tell you now what feedback I've actually brought.
But my story, I get love.
And tell the truth.
I'm telling the truth.
Okay.
The same day, I came in the morning. I think we were having a meeting. and I saw you first.
You are lying.
I'm not lying. And I saw you first because I said, finally, you can let because like I was working with elderly people. Then I saw you
Before I went out to buy breakfast.
before you went out to buy breakfast.
Okay.
Just that I couldn't greet, but the story goes on. Now I saw you first. Remember, we had to attend meetings first. Yeah.
Now, did you see me or did you see me?
I saw you.
Because there's a difference between I saw him and
I saw you.
and CC.
Oh, CC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
did
did.
you see? Did
I
you see
did
me?
see you. Yeah, like I saw you, and I said like, wow, at least there's somebody like my age, you know? Yeah. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So that I think that's that. Then I went and gave the feedback to her. Yeah, just to say, oh, I know, I saw. I saw her. So why were you asking me to actually go and look? Then she just said, no, I was just saying. Then that was there.
And I think fast forward, I think we started seeing each other maybe 2030, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I remember that year passed, and then 2013 when we went back to work from the December holidays. Still agree you were seeing me from a distance. Yeah, but yeah, just to fast forward it, then we started talking reality in 2013. That was March. I remember well. 2013 March, then we just took a decision that let's try.
And again, I think after 2013, you know that we spoke about marriage a year after.
Yeah, it was not even a year after, same year. Yeah, we actually spoke about marriage, and funny part and the refreshing part about it is that we agreed, that why waste each other's time when we can.
Yeah, so and here we are today. We are in 7 years. Together. This union in 7 years. We got married 2016. Yes, and I remember he told me that as he went home, I think 2013 or 2014, to tell the parents, they said, no, you are joking. You cannot be going to Joburg now. Tomorrow you want to get married. Take your time. And I think that's what made us to get married at 2016. We wanted to get married 2014. Then because they didn't believe how you cannot go to Joburg now and want to
of a sudden
you want to get married. Yeah, that's why we ended up getting married at 2016.
Yeah, so basically we have known each other for a total of 10 years
10
now.
years, yes.
Yeah, it's a total of 10 years. People may be asking themselves, why 10 years? How? Because you look young. We are old. We are old. Don't worry. Yeah, but yeah, it's been 10 years now, and we are just thanking God, and we are praying for another 10 years to be 20.
100.
And then when we get to 20, we still multiply by 2 again.
Yes.
We get to 40, we multiply by 2 again, up until the end of time.
And we have a question here. But how would you describe your marriage?
Okay, ladies first.
It can't be ladies first. I asked a question.
Okay. To me, marriage, I would describe it as having a person that makes you feel like you are actually, or they are, you make you feel like they are tailor-made for you. Yeah, because now there's a difference between making and tailor-making. Yeah? Now, I can make something for you, and then, but if you are not using it, it can fit someone else. But with the tailor making, it's that someone came, took measurement of you in order to go and create something that is specifically for you. In other words, if someone else tries it on, it will never fit them, or it will never look good on them. So I would describe marriage as having the feeling of having someone who is actually tailor-made for you, that God took his time to come to you and favor you in such a manner that he came, took sizes of you in order to go and design someone that will fit you and you alone. Yeah? To put it forward, having someone also who that you feel that the plan of God upon your life is actually planted into them. I'm not saying this in a manner that without you or without that person, God cannot push you. But the feeling of saying, if this one can be involved in my life, better things can take place. Someone who would really fulfill the scripture of saying, he who finds a good thing and obtains favor. So it's not the favor that only stops in the day of your wedding, but it is the favor that has changed your life, that I'm no longer single. The difference must be clear. I am with someone that I know that as long as they stick by my side, I should be able to actually move places. The person, as long as then I get that I get a supernatural power to even move mountains that no one thought they can move. So it's actually a feeling that in their absence, I actually lost power. And it's lastly, it's actually having the feeling of having someone in your life who that when they are actually not around you, you feel like it's a bit harder, or it's even more harder to breathe, that my oxygen is actually installed inside inside that person. So in that way, I think that is my snapshot of how marriages should be. But it should be a forever thing, whereby if this person is not by my side, there is nothing that I can execute.
Whenever you give all this your snapshot, love, you take everything that I want to say.
You are lying.
I'm not lying. You make me to run out of words.
You are lying.
But I think I would describe our marriage like this is the plan of God, you know. I'm seeing us fulfilling scriptures. Two shall become one. I'm seeing this is the description of my marriage. And we must multiply, be fruitful. I'm seeing it because we are just fulfilling scriptures. And
Yes.
the description of our our marriage is love on its own, you know. I cannot it's love on its own. When you want to see love, wherever you are, if you want to see love, just come closer to us. Yes, and we have another one, love.
You're finished.
Love, I told you. I told you that whenever you speak, more especially when you start getting oxygen,
you lose your breath.
I lose my breath.
It's okay.
Yes, all I can say, the description of my marriage, love, just feeling my presence and your presence in me, it is what is making. This is our marriage. I know certain things I cannot do without you, and by my side, I'm fulfilled. I'm content. Yeah.
You're content.
Yes. The next question is, what's that one thing that makes you feel loved by your partner? Love, you know, the passion that you have, and the patience that you have, the love that you have, the respect that you have. You know, there's something that my dad always says. Okay, let me start with my grandmother. She always says, problem kwena, you know. And my dad will always say, alright. So love, the respect. that you have for people, the love that you have for people, the love that you have for God, it is what is making you to I don't think or without looking at you. And your support towards everything that I'm doing, starting with this YouTube channel, I don't think if you were not part of my life,
because people don't know that I'm the man behind the
you
cameras.
are the man behind the cameras, because I wanted to YouTube from 2012, and from 2012 now, I wanted it. All along, I knew that this is what I want, this is what I want.
Yes.
And that day when I started the video, you were not there. And when you came, you found me the video uploaded. What an love. You should have told me you would put a nice video. And since then, I thought maybe not because you were going to say, no, I'm tired. The love that you have for me, the love that you have for God, the love that you have for people, and mainly the love that you have for your children now. It is that one thing that is making you really, man, no, you know. And I think by that, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing like that.
Just to add on that, the most difficult thing that a husband can come across is actually being involved or marry a woman who was treated like a queen by her father. Now you need to up your game. In other words, you need to ensure that, number one, you do better than how the father was in terms of treatment to their own daughter, because you cannot have a child that was being treated like a princess by the father, then you downgrade. It will be at the highest level of favor. I'm talking realities right now. I married such kind of a woman who has been raised by a father like a princess. So I am keeping myself in a standard whereby I must not drop. And I'm not discouraging people out there to say, no, don't marry a woman who is being treated well. Treat them well. Advantages of it is that I'm now answering the question with what I'm about to say. Advantages of it is that the treatment that they get from their fathers, they return the favor. And the same favor that they return is the same favor that they are upping in order to ensure that they treat their husbands more than the way they were treating their fathers. So I think that is one of the things that is actually making me feel loved. But no, it's like you knew this before. You knew how to do this. I don't want to put as if I would say maybe it's like you were married before and you are experienced, but yeah, I'm putting it out there just to say it's like you know what you are doing. Some of us, I would say, we get advices from those that are ahead. We research, we check, and then we come back and implement. But with you, it's like you knew before you got married how this thing must work, how you actually are going to implement and all of that. So I think that's one thing, actually, one of the 100 things that actually throws me closer and feel loved.
I just want to call my dad after hear that, oh, your son just said you are a good father.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah,
and I know he won't be surprised with that coming from me. Yeah, he won't be.
And love, the next one, Garo, what was the most special part of your wedding? What was the most special part of my wedding game? That part, I do. I think that one is just making me everything. I really bad. The I do part.
I want a question maybe that says what was the worst. You know why? When the pastor says you may kiss the bride, yeah, it's not a problem. Now I'm having to think, or okay, my parents are here.
Yeah.
My mother, my father, my mother-in-law, and Kore, it's where you get a thing is getting real, whereby you actually get to say, okay, I'm going to do something that I've never done, and I've never done before in the presence of my in-laws and my own parents. But anyway, the best part in my wedding, they say wedding day, right, was actually standing in front of a woman that I had the assurity that I need to spend the rest of my life with. So just I think that would be every man's best part, being in your own wedding with someone that you actually want to wed at that day. So that is actually the best part of my life. Yes, my
Yeah, love. And by the way, what tradition from your family of origin did you bring into your marriage? I think I can say, love. The tradition that I brought, that I've inherited, my mom always say, yeah, you should make sure you're not going home. You should not make sure that you're not coming back. You should do your ways. You should make sure that your marriage works. Not that you will stay in an abusive marriage, but make sure that your marriage works. And number two, I've growing up, I've been seeing my mom serving my dad food with tray, and I saw how my dad appreciated, and I knew that this is one thing that I'm going to do, and yeah, I think those are the few things that I can recall now.
Okay.
And yeah, I think the tradition that we grew up with, we together. We sit and eat together. So I think that's what I admired and I.
Okay. With me, most of the things I've already mentioned, but I just want to twist it a little bit. Now I actually did not come with. I have left family traditions that I didn't want, and I still don't want to see in my own marriage. Ne? I don't want to imitate someone because they are married. I want to start my own thing. As a result, one of the things one of the things that I have left behind, it's actually dividing duties in the marriage and then classify them as these are for the women and these are for the men. And it actually helps to increase the joy and happiness in the marriage. I cannot say when you are still busy trying your makeup that you do for 4 hours before church, and then I have my mother taught me how to clean. My mother taught me how to cook. My mother taught me how to iron. My mother taught me how to do every chores that a woman can do. Now, we were complaining back then, not saying maybe we are being abused or enslaved and all that, but now these things that you are being taught without being told the reason why they were teaching you, they are now making your marriage stronger. When you are busy with your 3 hours makeup, and I know after that you must iron my shirt before church and all that, I don't have to wait for you to actually come finish and all that. I have the ability. I don't want to classify this as a woman's duty. Then I take a stand. I fill the gap. That is my going back to the first question. Also, ideal marriage. We know the important part is that we need to fill each other's gaps without making one another feel bad about it, or I did this for you. If I see a gap there that I need to fill on your behalf while you are still occupied in something else, let me come in. If you are not here, it's 4 o'clock. I know normally if you cook at 4, you are not here. I was taught how to cook, and my food won't kill you when you come. Yeah. So I don't wait for you because cooking is for women. I can cook. Then I take out the pots. I slice my veggies. I boil whatever. And then when you come back, the food is ready. Are you not going to appreciate and feel? Are you not going to appreciate when I iron the shirt? Yes, but now when you are going to call it a woman duty, a man duty, then those are some of the things that has the ability and the potential to lower feelings in the marriage.
And I think the next question, Lavubare, what traditions did you start together? You've already answered.
Yeah, I think that one we have already answered.
I can add, Kamorane, the main tradition that we have started love is being grounded in the things of God. You know, when we met, guys, we were not Christians.
Especially me.
We were not born again, especially me. We were not born again. We didn't know Jesus. I remember this other lady. Let me not say this one. But we were not born again. So the tradition that we have started for ourselves that we appreciate on a daily basis now is how we accepting Christ together. Guys, we were in the world together. We accepted Christ together. We served and we are still serving together. We are preaching together. I remember, on a daily basis, my daughter, she knows that if it's this day, she will ask that, Mama, it's Wednesday, are we not going to church? This is the tradition that we repeat on. When you wake up, prayer. When you sleep, prayer. We need to read the word. We make sure that in everything that you do not skip church. You go to church. At church you serve. At church you work. You don't go there to church and sit. This is the main tradition that we have done for ourselves. Because I would say we are here for that. We are here to serve the Lord. We are believing with the Lord, we have to serve Him together because, this is the tradition that not get written, I guess. And Bare, how have you been celebrating your anniversaries?
No, different ways.
Before that, love, on the 14th of Feb, it was our 7th year anniversary, guys.
Yeah, the different. It would depend on the mood at that time. The other year
I think since love we've been going out.
Yeah, different places. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's actually going out and
going out for a week or for a weekend, and we come back after the anniversary. I think this is what we have been doing, but this year it was different. What we did, we were just in the house with the kids. We prepared dinner in the house with the kids, and because in the morning my daughter asked that, what is anniversary? Are we supposed to be sad or happy? Should I prepare myself that I'm sad or happy? Then no, it's a happy thing. She said, okay, explain to me. As I explained to her, she said, okay, I'm going to school now. As I'm coming back, are you going to wear your wedding gown or what? I said, no, we are not. She said, are you getting married again? I said, no. I explained to her. She said, okay, it's fine. I'm going to bring chocolates for you to wish you happy anniversary. So yeah, there's a video that we made where she gave us chocolates.
She actually went and made them herself from ingredients from melting them, shaping them, putting them in the freezer, and then she came and presented. I'm sad because Mara had a red stick and mine was just plain, but maybe he was just distinguishing them. It's for the bride and this one is for the groom.
Yeah. And the next one, love, Irene, how was your first Christmas together as a couple, including how it has changed over time?
December 2016, you remember?
I remember.
Yeah.
December 2016, it was the first December that I spent home. I went by my in-laws, and we were there throughout the whole December.
Oh yes, I remember now. Yes. Yeah, we were there, and then we went to your parents' first. if you remember well. We actually spent Christmas at your parents'.
Oh.
Yes, I remember. And then on the 27th, then we went to my parents up until the 2nd.
Yes,
So,
actually.
that is how we actually did it all the years. But let's save them both. Yeah. Except the last year. I will explain last year. Yeah. So we would 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. We would actually 2021. We would normally
remember
2020.
We went out. We left the kids.
2019. It was different also.
Yeah, I think the 2019. From 2019, I think that's when we said we were together.
We took the kids home.
We took the kids home. We were together, and it was nice. Love. I think it's the best.
We took the kids home.
Yeah, I think it was the best Christmas that we had. And what changed over time is that now we don't have to take the kids home because now they are 2. And back then we used to take Boitumelo to my mother-in-law to Aexa, but unfortunately my mother-in-law is no more. So guys, now we have to make sure she's at home, she feels at home, and so Boitumelo is too attached in a way, or even if she goes go high in my mom's house, she would want me there. So all the things tend to keep it divided. If I go out with my husband, I have to give it after a few days and be there with her. So I don't know how to explain it, but over time it's changed. Yeah, change in a way, or there's kids, you have to accommodate a lot of people, kids, church,
Because 2 years back we sent them, both of them, to Limpopo. Then we stayed here. What we did, we were just bored on purpose. And when I'm saying bored, we would just go outside, re-enter the house afresh to check what is it that we can change.
Yes, I remember we did a lot of DIYs back.
And it was fun. It actually bonded us together in a manner that everything that we wanted to do, we do it together. Of which it actually transformed me also, that there are some things that when I'm doing alone I feel like I would she does not know this, but I enjoy taking you to shoots, and I'll tell you why. Just for the sake of sitting behind the camera and just watching you talk to people, it just refreshes me, and I don't think I'll be able to live without that woman. Don't blush.
I do.
So that's actually that.
Baro, what has been the most challenging time during the relationship or marriage?
And I forget negativities easily. Remind me.
I'm trying to think, but I think the most challenging time, if I recall very well, 2021 has not been an easy year. 2021, it was just a year wherein we spent most of our time mourning. We spent most of our time trying to be strong.
Yes.
We spent most of our time the memories. It was not an easy one for us because this is the year that my mother-in-law left us, and may her soul rest in peace. And I think since then we've been trying to think, you wake up, you think, no, I'm fine. And tomorrow you now remember that, now, 8 a.m. we were supposed to be on a call now, not yet. Those times, the routines that we heard, you would wake up in the morning, you have questions from the kids asking you, even now it's much better. Even when they ask, they know the answers that you're going to give them. But back then when they asked,
it was even harder
to answer because you don't have answers. Now, even when you're saying it, you can hide the emotions. That time, it was a moment where we couldn't hide emotions. I think that's the most challenging time that really, it was challenging because sometimes I didn't know what to do, whether to leave my husband to heal, I be one for higher, and then like the one looking at the kids, it was just challenging. It was something that is the most that we have seen, everything that we went through, that was the most challenging
part. Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the rest we just take them as they come.
Yeah, but then what other challenges have you experienced?
I'm sure it's the same person who asked what other.
I think financial challenges.
Yeah.
And maybe it is because, not maybe, it's because, I don't talk about on the same level. You always want to upgrade. You always want to see yourself somewhere. You always want to do new things. So I remember there was a time where my husband was not working, and obviously his finances will not be the same. Things will not be the same. And yeah, I think this is the challenging experience that we experience. But when things like that, I believe that the Lord brings them to your attention, or more finance is nothing. He alone is enough.
Yeah.
Because looking at it, how did we survive?
Yeah, no scratch, no wound. Yeah, and such kind of things, you do not actually allow them to determine how the state of your relationship should be at that certain time. Just keep pushing, hold hands, don't let go, and you will just get through.
And here the next one area, how was your relationship strengthened by this experience? Okay.
Yeah, but just to get to the depth of it, most of one of the important things that actually strengthen relationship over everything is just being there for one another. Yeah, be there for. Don't assume that my husband is stronger, so he can get through this. Everyone breaks, and the best thing about Kori, the best thing that could happen to a person that is breaking, it's for them to break in the presence of those that are caring for them. So the best thing that I think that is actually the things that we actually experienced, whereby breaking is there, but we get to break in front of one another. Then we find a way, we stand up, we dust off, then we push.
Yeah, just to add, it's the same thing, that just being there for one another, it is the key. When at your lowest, at your husband's lowest, be there. At your wife's lowest, be there. I think that's one thing that you put in strengthen. And but so because if now you forget why you are, you end up thinking that you are in this marriage by mistake, and forgetting it's just a season that you will pass. Some of the things, they are there to make you stronger. And I never thought, because smooth, but I've realized that moment is the moment where the Lord was strengthening our marriage. The Lord was, because I do not remember a single day where we fought because we are not working, where we fought because the things are not the same. But I think it is the more we are stronger. Because to date, I don't think my kids knows that Daddy was not working. To date, I think, I don't think they know. And I don't think they felt it. Yeah, so I think just being there for one another, supporting one another. You are in it for love. You're not in it for miracle, because miracle are fair. Yes, love. And Barry, looking back, is there anything you'd wish you handled differently? Now I remember love. Or hopefully when we got born again,
yes,
there's this guy that wanted to teach us keyboard, that wanted to teach us how to sing. And we kept on saying, we'll come, love. That is what in everything the journey.
So I'll be singing for you right now.
Yes, because love, I think this is, I always say it, I always tell people that I think that is one thing that I should have handled differently, because now I would love to learn keyboard. And now I would love to be in music, not a church, guys, worship team. I would love to sing, go karaoke, which I do, but I still need God, you know. I pain.
Divine strength.
Yeah. So I think looking back, the journey of that is what I can spot of this. We should have done. We should have handled it differently. Yeah.
Okay, next question. If we still have.
How have you dealt with conflicts in your relationship?
Always the same answer that anyone who is interested in dealing with conflicts in their marriage would say. Communication. Look, we are in belief that marriages are rooted in God, and as much as they are rooted in God, it does not mean that challenges does not come. It does not mean that conflict, it does not mean that we will always be smiley. Situations will come that will actually require us to face them head on. And when that time comes, we just need to ensure that we are in the same level of approach to that certain situation. How? By having an agreement through communication. So communication is a very powerful tool when it comes to marriage. And when I'm saying communication, I'm not referring to just one informing one another, then we close it there. We need to engage, we need to talk, and at the end of the day, we need to agree. I was reading something about a woman that was tired, yeah? And then he was tired of that the man was not coming home in time, yeah? And they advised the woman and said, talk to the man. Maybe he's not even aware that there is something that is not treating you well. You know what the woman did? He sat the man down and said, in this house, making love will start at 7 o'clock. Whether you are here or not, it will happen. Then the woman stopped there. So I'm bringing this up just to emphasize that communication. Communication must be concluded with agreement. The fact that you have informed does not mean that you have communicated. So as you communicate, I can open my mouth now to you and say something that you're not in agreement of. Yeah? The fact that I have made it reach your ears does not mean I communicated. Communication comes in now when you say to me, no, I don't see it that way. There's nothing wrong with you saying I don't see it that way. Then we continue engaging until we come to a mutual agreement. That is communication. And conflicts and all of them will come, but they will need to be addressed, they will need to be communicated.
Yeah, and then now it's still say communication is the key. As you communicate your message, be sure that your message is being heard, is being delivered. Really, so you know, there's something that my father-in-law always says. He says, if you are trying to communicate something and I say it, and if you are communicating something, the next person make sure the next person
so and make sure that it get conveyed the way you want it to be conveyed to the next person. Yes.
So I believe in communication because communication is the key. When we communicate something, it does not matter how long it takes. But if it does not matter how long, let us communicate it. I think this is how we will conquer. And here are what goals have you achieved as a couple?
Goals. Couple goals.
Not couple goals. Goals that we have achieved. And no.
Yo, we there are greater things. I don't know if I should mention, but the results between having to execute something on my own and having to execute things with you. If I have to sit down and compare the results, I will be insulting those that I have done on my own. I don't want to dwell much on that one, but the level of achievement that was had you and I included, it's actually more impressive than the level of achievement where things were done on my own. I don't know if maybe there's something else you want to add.
There's a lot of goals that we have achieved.
Yeah.
There's a lot of goals that we have achieved, and there's a lot of things that we have achieved. I don't want to lie. It's many. But I'm going to talk about something that it relates a little viewers like now, people that are watching us.
Yes.
Like, guys, being on a YouTube was my goal. Being on a YouTube, like this platform, something that I've been dreaming about, something that I always wanted from 2012. Look at us now. We are here talking with you, listening to us. This is the main thing, but there's a lot of things that we have achieved, guys.
If you are alone,
oh Lord,
with an echo.
And they say here, how are you coping with being a pastor, husband or wife, parents, employees, and business people? Guys, I want to be simple. Nothing is easy. I think in everything, just make sure that time management is the key.
Yeah.
Time management is the key. Getting to wake up in the morning, prepare the kids, and take them to school. And after the work, you start my 9 to 5 job. In the middle, lunch, maybe there's things that you have to attend. And it's things are not easy, but what I can say about time management, make sure that everything you plan how there's a schedule today can so my YouTube channel can shoot for your name and my real estate things can do running, because now you have I cannot take in a I have to use my time to do my things, and I think. And guys, being a pastor, I think it is, I cannot say it comes natural, but as you love what you do, as you love the people that you're doing it was simple. I think we love serving God. We love serving the people. We love what we are doing. So it is what is making it simpler or easier. I'm not saying it's easy, but being a pastor, I think, is you love what you do. Because like now, I remember 2 days ago, we just woke up and we drove. We went to the location. Guys, to hand over the flyers. And it was heavily raining, but we still stood there and tried to refer back. You know, it is the love that we have, and you cannot sit because things don't just happen. Yeah,
things don't just happen. Yeah, I think it's time management, planning, and the love of what you are doing. Yeah. So you plan and ensure that you stick to your plan, and then ensure also that you actually involve yourself in things that you love, so that you don't give up on them.
Yeah.
So far, with all the things that we actually involve in, it's what we love. So that alone, it gives us the motivation to wake up and do it again. Because now, as I'm talking, we are as we are sitting shooting. After that, it does not end. We don't just upload. We are going to polish. We are going to do that. Sometimes we don't even sleep at night, but we don't come and complain, because it's the love of what we are doing. So it's love of actually what you are doing. Then plan on what, as much as you love it, plan on what you are going to do, and then manage the time of all your plannings, then you will push on. So we just plan to actually balance all the things that we are actually involved in. So yeah, I think that is that.
Well, how was it when you became parent?
Oh, amazing.
I remember when I was pregnant. Guys, now I had a little doctor, but again I loved Google. Oh, I would Google, yeah, make Google everything. So this other time, my mother-in-law asked, Mama, what's it? Now, that time, make Mama, what's it? What's working? I love everything about your journey, but the fact that you consult Google, you know. So, guys, I was like this Google. So immediately I found out that I'm pregnant. Oh, guys, Google became my friend. Look, when people couldn't advise me that, that one. Look, I'm advice on Google. So, but when I became a mother, guys, I cannot explain it. I cannot explain it. It's unexplainable. I just knew that there's something that, walking around here, I'm just I can see we can go le rato la modimo man ke tsepela le botshelo bophelo ba modimo a re fileng bona le rena mola le tshokofatso becoming a parent. I don't know how to explain it, but it was, guys, give it it was nice.
Yeah, it's the greatest feeling ever, in such a way, especially when you have never become a parent before. So when the child comes, okay, fear is there that, oh, how am I going to protect this young one? How am I going to raise? But God is always there, and the fact of actually having to take care of someone, né? And then when you wake up, they are still alive because of you. Yeah? They have learned a new thing because of you. Corey, you get that pride out. I am a parent who is willing, but at the same time, and most importantly, able. Now the child can make noise under my watch. The child is growing now. The child can sit under my under my watch. Now the child crawls. The child walks. The child now can run. The child now can talk under my watch. So it's those things that differ a good feeling to a parent that is actually becoming a first-time parent and parenting again also. Yeah, good things having to happen to the one that God has entrusted you with to raise, and the good things that actually transpires under your watch. So it's actually the greatest feeling ever, becoming a parent. So in other words, if it happens that God blesses us again, we are ready.
Yo, because somebody asked you, how many kids do you want?
3.
Guys, now I don't know, because I know that
she let me interject. She used to know. She used to know. She said she wanted 5, and we used to debate about it. She wanted 5, so she gave birth one day to Boitumelo. And on the very one thing about me is that wherever I am, when my wife is going to give birth, I make sure that I was there, that I'm actually there. So for both my daughters, I was there because I want to be there. So the very same time after she gave birth, I think an hour after, I went to her and then I asked her, are you sure you still want 5? And she said, yes, I want 5. Then the second one came, Tsofatu. And then I went again, 5. And she said, no, I think I'm okay with 2. So yeah, she used to know how many kids she wanted.
Now I don't know, guys.
Now
I'm just waiting to see what God has for me.
I know what God has for you.
I don't know. Let the will of God be about me. I don't know.
The will of God will happen.
Okay, well, they say children changes things in marriage. Is that true?
I don't know in which manner are they saying that question. Maybe too good, too bad.
Now I can say now.
The approach of the question.
I don't know Lina, but I can say I want to trust change. Over years, they change. I think in our marriage, yes, Banaba changes there. Our marriage changed since Banaba leaving. Because in everything you should remember that as kids. You should make sure but I don't think it changed to worse or to bad. It's the best feeling that we would still want to experience even in the
That's why we tried again.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. In marriage, guys, it changes a lot of things.
Yes.
Number one, physically, basadi ba change weight. And somebody told me, little beauty, little color, skin tone. So, but the little things that change, things will not be the same. And you cannot expect to have a 5-year-old child and your marriage is carrying out. So there's no way that change will not be there. Change will be there, but it is your duty to make sure that it changes to the best. You know, it changes to the best, even to a grade. Because if you are saying, Bana, that changed your marriage to the worst, I could say, well, how? Another experience that I have loved, I think there was a time, it's about guys, I can stress if I want to go somewhere, Shama will call Coco didn't mind to come and fetch my daughter. And it was that, guys. In the country, I didn't have a child. So it was just as simple as that. But I'm to mama then. You know what? It's the time where I step in, what I'm supposed to do. And guys, I can see the meeting just go on. I can see anything. I'm just there, and it is the best feeling ever. My routines has changed. Now I changed because in everything that I do, I have to wake up and prepare breakfast in the morning before I school. Prepare before next door. So there's no way that changes will not be there.
Yeah. I think just to add on what you have just said, it's up to you as a couple. Yeah? It goes back to the culture that you bring into your marriage from your house. Yeah? If you look at our parents, our forefathers, one of the things that they used to do inside bath them, and ensure, take them to school, attend meetings and all that. Now that thing drains a woman in such a way that she unintentionally lose focus on the husband. But if you as a husband comes in and be of assistance, wait there, also idle the car so that you can be able to take them to school. Or today, don't wake up, let me just for example, don't wake up, let me assist you with picking their bag, let me assist you with all those things. Then we are in this thing together, and the child is also fulfilled. Then when he goes to school, no one is tired more than the other. Then in that way, then it actually assists and ensures that it does not change the state of your marriage to the West, if I may put it so.
Yeah. And Darling, what's your take about gender roles? I think it doesn't exist because if I can change the globe, guys, like I change that, I can change. Yeah, love, and they say here, because we have about 70 questions, guys, I think we're going to give this. Let's make this one the last one because we have about 70. So what is the best way to show appreciation to your husband or your wife?
I think the first step is do not assume that they know that you are grateful. I think that's where you need to put action. If not even if, it is important also to just look at your wife and say thank you for this. That alone can strengthen a husband, can strengthen a wife. I've noticed also that after every shoot out there that we make, it comes back and say, thank you. That's nice, it's a pleasure. Then after uploading again, you would come, thank you. And that alone give me the strength, has prepared me for the next shoot. So do not assume that they have noticed or they are aware of your gratitude. Let them know whether they are aware or not. Let them know. Grab something for them, give to them as a sign of gratitude and say thank you for 1, 2, 3 ABC. And then I think that is a small thing that means a lot to a person that you are actually intending to show gratitude to.
Yeah, I think just to add on that, guys, I appreciate my husband a lot more, especially Henkari, thank you. He will even tell me that that's enough. I remember this other time I asked him that he would buy flowers for me because I didn't know whether it's allowed or what, because
I want tires.
So yeah, I think I show my appreciation by the gift, and thank you is the main thing. And yeah, thank you. I appreciate a lot. Thank you. I show it a lot. Kadi gift. Yeah. And I think we are going to end here. But before we end here, the small advice that I'd like to give to people who are married is that be yourself. Do not copy anyone. It is allowed to look up to people. It is allowed to have role models. It is allowed to see greatness in other people. But be yourself. Love your partner, love your spouse your own way. In everything that you do, commit. Commitment is the key. Communication is the key. Respect and love your spouse. Where we are today, as young as we are, it is love that kept us. It is respect that kept us. It is communication and commitment. If you commit to something, you cannot pull out at the last minute. If you commit to something, you cannot say, today I'm not doing it at the last minute. And if you love something, you will do your all. You will put your entire time. You don't even have to be reminded. If you love something, and when you respect something, guys, I always tell people that if your partner doesn't respect their parents, because we're not going to respect. So respect we gonna from afar. Make sure that you respect your partner. Respect is the key, guys. Love, communication, respect. Commit to your spouse. And you know what? In everything was called computer yeah, just be good in how be yourself and love your partner the same way that you prefer or love to be loved. Yeah, that is the key. And for today we'll end here, and if there is part 2, we will do it next time. But if you want part 2, please let us know in the comment section, then we will definitely bring it up. Yes, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying with us. We really appreciate, and remain blessed wherever you are. Yeah, and we love you so much. So let me close this one with a back for you. Bye-bye.